All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Let's get this show on. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, Mirabel. Thank you for joining. Bring up everybody. Special good morning, a special gun salute to all foot soldiers. We're grateful today that you guys are up on a good footing. God bless you all. God bless Southern Cameroons. God bless Ambazonia. God bless our very indefatigable leaders. We are grateful that you continuously support the movement. Today I have very key things I want to talk about. And so we expect to have everybody on board. Please, once you join, you share extensively so that we can have everybody watching. Today's a special show, so I'll start talking when we have at least 500 persons. So when you join, you share and bring many more people on board so that we can push the message down. You know, at this juncture, your contribution in pushing the revolution remains very primordial. Because please, when you join, you click on share and you invite everybody to watch. We want everybody to watch, so that we can get all the following that we can, so that we of course can put our hands on deck. And so, all right, this is what we want. Thank you. I think we already have quite a huge number of people watching already in just a minute or so. So we expect to see everybody on board. Today, I want to continuously sell the idea of county by county, because in my conviction and in the many things I've believed in this movement that have changed the movement, I still think about a point where our people would particularly get their liberation fastest and without confusion. And this is the county by county solution, and which is largely different from a lot of other policies that have been postulated. I think that I listen a lot to all of you speak. And it remains very important for me to say that, to continuously say that, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, that no man or government can fight a people. A chief of a village can't fight a people. A government can't fight a people. A military can't fight a people. Nobody, when I say nobody, I mean no person can fight our people. And that is why we remain very committed in the fight of our revolution to get ourselves out there and to ensure that the desperation of our enemies is further heightened. You know, the situation in Southern Cameroon is so appalling that it is about time for us to rethink strategies, and for us not to only assume that because this young man is postulating a seemingly winning strategy, and because he's just been in the movement for 2 years, or he's just been known now, we cannot accept it. We must come out in all our forms to discourage it, because it shouldn't come from this person. It should have come from us. or we should have been the ones to revise our former policy to ensure that these people will buy our ideas. But unfortunately, there is always the hand of God in every movement, and you know, it wouldn't exactly matter your age. You know, that is why, to me as an individual, I listen to everybody, and the movement has become so important to me, so much so that I would place my life, I'll put it out there for the guns. Happy Sunday to everyone, and thank you for joining. I also want to welcome all the fake profiles, the demonic fake profiles who have in the past one day been working a lot on my Facebook page to get some of my very old pictures, which I enjoy. I forgot about those pictures, but they're souvenirs. That's why they're on my wall. So, you know, you give me a lot of joy when I see those old pictures, and it speaks volume of my originality. It speaks volume of my, you know, of my stand as a person. You know, my policies are that of free and fair talking, where you have the right to represent your opinions. And that is why all of you fake profiles who have been out there insulting Eric Tataw, you know, trying to make me more popular and powerful, I can't block you. We have 8 million Amazonians and 4 or 5 or 10 fake profiles, cowards who can put their face out there or their faces out there. Gives me a pleasure and gives me the very essence to celebrate victory, because it already tells you one thing, that hey, these guys can't even put their faces out there to talk to you. You know, that is why I still say that I have respect for Mark Barita, because Mark Barita wouldn't use a fake profile to talk to me, Eric Tataw. He would talk to me with his face as Mark Barita. And I'm going to tell you a little story between Mark Barita and I, Mark Barita, myself, and Dr. Makongo. You know, in earnest, this movement, it remains one of the most essential, you know, ingredients that would probably change a lot of things. Just a minute, I am seeing that Facebook is blocking me every day. I don't know what's going on. My other account is blocked. And let me say this. Just a minute. We should be on. Please, when you join, you invite everybody. Please, if you're joining, click on share, click on like, click on invite, bring everybody on board, because essentially I think this is what we want. We want everybody on board. So we already have close to the number of people that we expect to kickstart the show. I'll start the show in 3 minutes, and I'll go straight to the points. And I'm talking today about the Resignation Fund in the county by county approach, or county by county coach, what we call the CCC. And ladies and gentlemen, trust me that the people of Amazonia have now understood the essential and integral part, have now understood that the essential and integral part of their success depends on the county by county approach. The county by county approach is seemingly the only approach that will quicken independence, because it has worked in Lebialem. You know, there are a lot of things that as people today, I am going to be very precise, because, you know, there are a lot of things, you know, people, when you get good ideas, some people come to distract you and to ensure that you don't say the things you want to say, so that they will try to make some kind of conspiracy theories with your policies. But I think that a lot of you who are my followers, you are my coaches. You listen and then you tell me that, hey, my brother Eric Tataw, I think this is what you should do. Forget about these people coming online. You can always respond to them in this due time and all of that. Now, we want to say this very clearly. And I want to say it here that we should understand one thing. The essential and integral part about the strength of honesty is that you confuse your opponents. Take for example, yesterday I read somewhere somebody said that Eric Tataw is Atta John. The person was so dishonest and forgot that Atta John does live videos and he has his voice and he hides his face, so he's never Eric Tataw. And of course, Eric Tataw will seem to be the only activist that watches everybody. I make comments when I should do. Yesterday, I was watching the leader speak and I was there, I was following up and I was making my point to Eben Comrade Sako that they should know that, to Dr. Sako, that they should know that there is no way we would continuously contribute our money to any group. And that group includes the interim government, because it's a government, but people will not direct their funds anymore to any group. And I have made proposals. As far as this county by county idea is concerned. Now, before I get to county by county, let me get to this issue of La République du Cameroon killing our people. I will start talking county by county when we have at least 500 people watching live. And that's going to be in like 2 minutes because we're already reaching that figure. Now, the issue of La République killing our people is of particular concern to me. I say it's of huge concern to me because we have proposed the way out to stop these killings. The necessity of applying stricto sensus, this Gary process, to all those mad dogs who are around Victoria and elsewhere in our communities is going to be the game changer. You see the police or gendarme man whose hand was garried, he sends a message and it is never going to change the impression of our determination in the head or in the heads of the family members of that gendarme and some of his colleagues. So if we begin to garri some of these people across the Mongo, some of these these sellouts, because they are all sellouts, if we begin to garri them, we would understand that they would understand that there is no way they can tamper with our people and go. There is no way. Listen, if you see that these mad dogs, these soldiers loyal to Mr. Bia, have killed 30 of our people, they have killed 13 of our people in one village. Look, only yesterday in Kop, in Momo, they killed a nurse and a husband. They continuously kill people because they know that we will only stay quiet. I have told us that, you see, let me tell you something. An activist, like 2 of them, told me 2 days ago that, my brother, we are scared because the things you preach, we are afraid that even after independence we might go to jail. And then I tell them that me, as a person, Eric Tataw, I am already in jail. I am already in jail. And of course, let me say this for people who don't know. Please, let me be very clear here. Jail is a state of mind. It's not a structure. Jail is, it's a state of mind. It's not a structure. And let me be very clear with anybody who does not understand the dynamics of a revolution. That is why I would say that the things I have said in the last 2 days or 1 month, without taking credit, it has helped enormously to change the movement compared to the beginning of this fight 2 or 3 years ago. Yes, I want to say it. Because people need to understand. You need to tell these people, our people, they need for them to understand when you are at war. You should be a very radical person. You tell the people that the essence, please, everybody who is watching me, when you join, you share and bring everybody on board. Because what I want to say today, don't be scared. It is going to be a very peaceful video with a lot of insight, but it's also going to be a no-nonsense video. And be rest assured, you will not regret joining this live show. I say this because we have reached a stage where our people should be concerned with causing havoc to the occupier or supporters of the occupier. I say so because the essence of self-defense should be in a format that is more radical than the approach of the enemy. Yesterday, I was going to go live, and I heard our leaders were coming live, and I had to stop that live show because I did not want to rush over my points. The existence of the idea of Gary has won a lot of admiration because it gives us. Now, I watched the mayor of Manfe interpreting Gary as something that they should destroy. That is his interpretation. I am the author of Gary, of the Gary process. I have never interpreted it. So I only owe a court that will call me that come and interpret Gary, and then I will interpret Gary the way I want to interpret it. That is why the author of a strategy is of a strategy or a word is very powerful. You can go about as a politician, as La Republic agents, or whatever you call yourself to interpret Gary to whatever standard. I have the key to the interpretation. You can take it the way you want to take it. It's not my responsibility. But people who follow me and who know what I mean by Gary, they know what I mean by Gary. And when I say we should Gary, those people, they already know what I mean. So I am still going to say it, that we have to Gary those people in Victoria. When I say those people, you understand. Because you now know that these people have now contacted Facebook. Facebook is reviewing my videos of 1 year ago. Yes, that stopped put up some of my videos social media. I just saw that a video that I posted about the gendarmerie in Manfi, that are removing those videos. So we have to take this fight to Facebook. We have to start thinking of protesting, because Facebook is a very important channel where we pass our messages. Now, I want to say it here without fear of favor, without fear of persecution, without fear of being jailed, that self-defense, the failure to preach self-defense, is what we call failure to assist. Please, all of you watching, we already have the figure, so I'm starting the show. We have more than 1,000 watching. So click on share, click on like, and invite everybody to come on board. Now, when they kill our people in the kind of manner that they do, what are we going to do? Some people still think that we should remain quiet. You know, the mayor of Manfe, Seseko Ayok Takunchung John, is a sworn enemy to Eric Tataw and National Telegraph, together with Govt and the rest. That is why he knows that he cannot mention my name. In the video, he said, one of us that used to be here, that is the power that God put on me. Some people are very scared to mention my name. He said that they should Gary in Jofobis business, and he was interpreting Gary. Yes, that's the interpretation of Gary. Why do you only interpret Gary in that manner? It's good that you are teaching the people what Gary means in your terms, and I was happy. Now, the mayor said some very important things. That's why I use the word somewhat, and I look at videos and scrutinize them before I share them. Not because he talked about Gary. He said that the destruction is everywhere, northwest and southwest. That is a mayor who is on the ground and who talks with people from the northwest. And it's only to tell people who say that only southwest is being affected, to say it's a lie. That's a mayor of southwest, of Manfe, who says that northwest is also greatly affected. Yes, it is. It is affected. They are killing people everywhere. They are taking hospitals in northwest and southwest. They have arrested chiefs in northwest and southwest. And the mayor only came yesterday to confirm that. I want to say kudos to the mayor of Manfe. The mayor of Manfe also called President Biya to dialogue. But of course, Mr. Mayor forgets that we don't want dialogue. We are talking about negotiation. He told the people that to strike or to protest is their right. But the mayor only failed to acknowledge the deaths of his people. Just recently, a 60-year-old woman was shot and killed in front of the Manfe main market. The mayor did not mention that. And I'm adding my voice to that of Ashu Kingsley, that the mayor, I don't want to say that the mayor, the population that he pulled out yesterday is to tell our people, to give our people one message. That is because our people did not and would not be opposed to peace, but they listened with a lot of ideas already in their heads. Our people know what they want. And the mayor, let me tell the mayor one thing, that yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago is the last time he would ever call a rally in that town, in my town. Now, and I want to tell all Manfe people, tomorrow is ghost town. You're still going to stay indoors because that is the right thing to do. And just so that the mayor does not know, tomorrow, ghost town, we're going to show another level of participation. Let the men know that we will not tolerate any such gathering. I'm adding my voice, therefore adding my voice to that of Ashu Kingsley and other activists to tell the mayor that he will be arrested if he dares any further to call any rally without the permission of the interim government. And if we arrest him, we are going to apply the Gary process on one of his legs. We'll apply the Gary process on one of his legs. I want all politicians to know this fact, that elections, campaigns will not hold in southern Cameroon. And if the mayor is already planning an avenue for campaigns, I was just waiting for him to mention anything about campaigns. He was lucky he did not. Let me say this, that the people of Manfe, man, if you don't want to be garrilled, you saw that after that incident in the park, gunshots started. Because we didn't want to harm our people. Otherwise, it would have been a serious issue at the park. So, I want to say this very clearly. That this is what I'm saying, Mr. Mayor. You should know very well. Yes, if I say I would arrest, I would arrest. And I'm putting my voice, adding my voice to that of Ashu Kingsley, to say that we would arrest that man. We're going to take personal responsibility if he ever dares to say that kind of rubbish or call our people out and talk rubbish. What he said, they were quite on point. We must be objective. If you listen to that video, the mayor is the first politician to have called Mr. Biya to dialogue with the people. No politician has ever done that openly. He's the first. And for that, I give him credit. You see, that mayor and I, we are staunch enemies. He's the one who attacked me with a Botabi in Manu, followed me with his car to hit me, and I only survived by the grace of God. And that is why I tell people that, ask people who know me in Manfe and in Manu, in Southwest, ask all colleagues journalists, that I left the mouth of the lion, and nothing happened, and so nothing is going to happen. Now, with that said, our people must strategize to apply the Gary process to all of these other mad dogs from across the Mongo who think that they are watching at us while the regime kills us. Just a minute. Now, the sincerity of the application of this principle of gathering these people in our neighborhoods is going to change the ideology of the military, because they think that they can only kill us. But once we apply this principle where we carry these people back, if they kill 5 of our people, we should carry 15 of their people, not complete Gary, the dominant hand. That's what somebody proposed, that the dominant hand should be carried. This is very vital. Let me say this. You see, a lot of these people think that we are joking because they still move freely in our territory. Once you apply this principle of carrying your hands, you know, they will now understand one thing. They will know how much business you mean when you carry their hands. Just a minute. And this should be the dominant hand. Why do I say the dominant hand? Because when you want to pick up something to harm our people, and the major hand that you use in harming our people is not functional, then you will understand that you have definitely, that they will understand that we have definitely just started. The military will just approach towards the way they deal with our people. But for now, because they move freely and nothing is happening, they simply know that, oh, these people, just a minute, these people are joking. They don't know what they're doing. So we can do anything and nothing will happen. Let me say this and say it very clearly. The essence of putting up this Gary process is rooted in the ability to create an everlasting impression. You know, let me say this point. Please, I want to address some people on this platform for 10 seconds. Do not, please, just begin to type, there is genocide in Southern Cameroon. If you are for county by county, type county by county and go by your normal comments. Do not reply to people who talk about t-shirts. I told them on my live show that I'm on a cabin clean train. And why they cry about the t-shirt is because they know that this guy wears dead drop these stuffs. So do not bother about them. Like my friend Ernesto from the UK has advised, that do not reply them. So please, do not concentrate, do not give them an avenue to talk about t-shirt, because they should know that before Eric Tataw comes online, he will get a good t-shirt that is suited for the movement and for the live show. So forget about all of those people. Just concentrate on what you are supposed to do on this show. County by county, do not bother about weak people. Do not bother about people who have the liberty, who have the liberty to be on this platform, yet they cannot show their faces. The fact that you insult somebody, you think that you are ridiculing the person, and the person still gives you the opportunity to participate in his meals, it's already a big blow, So that is where I'm strongest, So we continue to type county by county, Gary na Gary, and then you forget about those people who, are trying to derail us. Now, let me go to other issues before I come back to that Gary process, but I think that message has been passed. Now, I want to talk about the crops, because we already have close to 1,000 people watching, which is very important for what I want to say. Please, if you join, everybody who's watching, click on share, click on like. I want to see everybody click on like extensively, because that is the message I want to pass. Your love for, if you are watching something that you like, you should be clicking on like every time while you comment. That is very important. Now, as a communicator par excellence, this is what I want to say now. This is the crux of my discussion today. I don't want to get into leaders who have failed, leaders who are egocentric, leaders that I have no respect for. Because you see, as Eric Tataw, I want to say that I do not have respect for dishonest people. I do not have respect for thieves. I will not have respect ever for those kind of people. But this is what I want to preach. I want to talk about the resignation fund in the county by county approach. And this is the policy that I'm postulating. You know, I listen to everybody. I don't pretend that I don't listen to people. Listening to people is very important. It's fundamental. Because that is the essence. That is your strength. And I want to say this. I'm not going to be boastful. People misinterpret being confident of the things you say and being boastful. Those are two things that people misinterpret. I'm always confident when I bring out a policy because it is tested and it can never fail. Now, it might not be the best. It might need some amendments, no doubt, which I accept. Like what my brother Mark Barita said, which I endorse and which I'm also going to add a voice and explain to him a couple of things because Mark, of course, undoubtedly is a very strong force that I respect. In the activism forum lately, in fact, I'm talking about this resignation stuff in county by county. You know, we thank Dr. Makongo, who brought all activists together. You know, in that forum where we are, I don't want to discuss some things in there, and I cannot say some precise things. You know, all activists are there, and the only activist that is often being attacked and insulted is Eric Tataw by some people who are pro-agency. You know them, Eugene, Capo, the other guy who they call him Vela, then as Lucas Asu is civil, he doesn't really insult people. They insult me, you know, somebody like this other guy who did a live show. I just watched his live show. I watched them, yeah, because that's my strength. And I heard him trying to talk about county by county and saying block by block. And they started insulting me that, you know, together with Tapan, said that Eric Tataw, they were the people who said you are pro-refugee. So they started that. And then Eugene even went to discredit my works. That Makongo is a witness. I don't insult people. I don't start the insults. I wait for you to do that. That the video we saw on the Ghanaian people where you interviewed the Ghanaian people, that's Eugene. That was shown by, it's a Ghanaian TV that did it. And Mark Barita told him that no. That video was done by Eric Tataw, by National Telegraph. And we have it, except you have not watched it. So why did he say that? Because he thinks that a credit should not be given to these journalists who went and did this stuff. Because it did not come from AGC. That's his problem. And when he insulted me, I told them that I don't have time for those kind of things. They continued. And then I came now to insult them. Because I don't joke when I want to reply to somebody. And I told him, and I still want to say that, when you come on a live show to preach an idea, like I want to preach this county by county. And you know, the only reason why this Eugene guy came on live to talk about, oh, the county by county is not good, it's a block by block and stuff. Then you say the county by county is not very different from the block by block, but then you come and start giving a lot of differences. You shoot yourself on the leg. You see, the only reason why Comrade Ayabacho sent Eugene, Ufaka, and some of these people to come and preach against the county by county is because they know that county by county is going to stop warlordism. It's going to stop them from taking money and doing nothing. It's going to stop thievery, scamming, and all of those things. This is the policy. Now, I heard all of those things, and somebody said that, the same guy said that in his argument. He said that county by county, I'm trying to explain this resignation fund. I'm on county by county, please. He said that, county, somebody asked, I insulted Eugene because he insulted me first. And that one, I don't joke. When you try that, I can be very civil, but I can be nasty. Now, I have no apology for insulting all those people. Please, I will not have it. Now, you know, somebody said that county by county will lead to civil war. And you begin to see how myopic people are. How can you say that county by county will lead to civil war and block by block is the best? So, what would be easiest to manage during independence? Is it 14 counties or 20 blocks or 200 blocks? We already have a chaotic system because of block by block. Block by block has proven to be largely ineffective, and people are rushing from one block to another. Somebody said county by county is tribalism. No, it is not. Instead, block by block is more tribalistic because people only get their friends to belong to their blocks. You are a general, you call your friends that people have been in the quarter. That is the worst strategy, because it gives people to pay complete allegiance to a particular general. Because now this is my friend. You remember, just like the case of Mark and Tapang, when Mark knows that Tapang is his friend and Mark finds it very difficult to talk against Tapang. That is the same way block by block is. County by county is a broad-based self-defense approach which will avoid you paying allegiance to any person, because county gives ideas, varieties. There is no way you can really tell me that when you want to come and preach, first and foremost, you say that journalist, you want to mix journalism and activism. When I'm an activist, I can insult people, I can bring them to book. When I write news as a journalist, it's different. This platform is for activism. You cannot come and hold me responsible for journalism ethics on an activism platform. You can question my works on National Telegraph official page. That is why I always tell them that they fall short of their senses, because they don't have that power to argue. When I come on this platform as Eric Tataw, know you that there is no joke. But when I'm on National Telegraph, I write as though I'm not an Amazonian. I write professionally because that's my job. So you cannot come on the platform and you hold Eric Tataw talk about journalism. No. Of course, if first and foremost, you have some people who are completely wiped out of reality as far as theories are concerned. Eugene comes online, says that he's political disease, that no, he's nothing. That's the honest truth, because formerly, before that live video, I used to think that this guy is a little bit intelligent. But after that live video, I understood that he's wasted, that he has no iota of intelligence. This is the point. I respect his views, but he proved lastly that he cannot sustain an argument. How can you say that an activist should consult leaders to say things that will help the movement? Who does that? You know what it means by agenda setting, by public opinion? I am supposed to listen to the people. I can consult with the government, not that, because this is a revolution. But let me tell you, as an activist, so long as I discuss, this is my job. This is mass communication. This is what we call the agenda setting theory. People who study mass communication will know. I'm setting an agenda and the public is buying it. You say I should go and contact the government. If I contact Ayabacho will say no, don't do it, because he knows that it will not benefit him. I'm not going to contact any leader to preach county by county, my friend. Because this fact is clear. It is a fact that is going to help our people. And I'm going to explain to this. Let me tell you something if you don't know. The essence of coming up with an idea as an activist is the integral part of the checks and balances that we place on our leaders. You don't ask, why should I go and consult Comrade Sako or Dr. Sako, the president, or Dr. Akwanga or Dr. Ayaba to talk about county by county? No. I am supposed to bring this idea, so long as it is not going to kill the struggle, so long as it's not an imposition, but I push the agenda for it to be born. And let me say this very clearly, for those of you who don't know. The fact is clear. All other strategies have failed, and we have to think further. You see, a man comes online saying that he wants to be neutral, but he's defending Comrade Ayaba because he's been sent. Let me tell you, he says that Ayabacho does not listen to people. No, he does. Ayabacho listens to everybody with a fake profile. He does. I'm going to say it here today. He listens to everybody. He watches Eric Tataw. I know what people discuss in the AGC groups. I'm not AGC, I'm not IG, I'm Eric Tataw, I'm National Telegraph. That is what I represent. And I represent the Pope and Bazunia, and I will speak the truth anytime, any day. Let me tell you something. You see, when you have an agenda as an activist, and you talk with people on the background, you consult people, ask everybody. My phone line is open. People call me, I listen to their advice, I listen to everything they say, their counsel, I listen very well. And then I shape my opinions. I shape my life shows. Most of my outings are shaped by your opinions. That's why I don't come and talk on air, because most of them talk, they don't listen, they just up, down. But I've listened to this guy, Eugene, because it is important as a communicator to listen to people. And I noticed that he was wiped off reality. He was chained in his mission to defend a group. The reason why I talk freely and I can hit on anybody without fear or favor is because, you know, you cannot be part of a group and think that you can be neutral. No. Somebody says that Eric Tataw comes to insult persons. They cannot take it when Eric Tataw insult leaders. But you have profiles that have shown to be of the agency, like this shipbroker Nambis. You have like this, all these other fake profiles who insult people profusely. They are on, you know, they are on a powerful campaign to destroy others. But I only come out to say it. I don't say it behind. What I say here, I say behind. I don't gossip. When I say I'll do this thing, I'll come and do it on the live show. I tell some people that is what I'm going to do. Now, you see, this county by county, some people are trying to say that some elites will sponsor militias. Why? They're only bringing things out of confused Ambazonians. Who will sponsor militias where? And how will county by county help the Republic to instead kill our people? If the BLM county is already known that it's Red Dragon, and the Republic, it has tested fatly that is the only county that has the minimum number of deaths. You know here that I've killed 2, 3, 10 people in the BLM. It's difficult. You know, you could not hear it because the BLM has already won the minds of their people, and they are doing their things and defending their county. It's not block by block. It has failed because you see, it's only block by block that will give 8 soldiers, 12 soldiers the audacity to sing the name of a person instead of sing the name of Ambazonia. You heard yesterday, happy birthday once again. I said it somewhere in my comment that happy birthday to Comrade Cho Ayaba. It's his right to celebrate his birthday. But when you take our military to start singing your name on a birthday, it becomes preposterous. It is a crime. So it's only through block by block that you see somebody that will be singing somebody's name. They will be singing a name instead of the name of Ambazonia. So you will not leave Ayabacho halfway, but you leave Ambazonia halfway. So you want to go to work with Ayabacho, not with Ambazonians. Let us be smart, my brothers. You see, I want to be very, very straightforward here, like always. And some people continuously think that we are going to buy that idea, that conspiracy theories. No. I already want to say it. You see, a lot of people, and let me just say this, and I support and respect every leader, but I don't respect dishonest leaders. Let me give you one height of dishonesty before I jump into this issue of our resignation fund in the county by county approach. 6 days ago, or 1 week ago, Comrade Ayabacho and Akosin Pauline Diale and the other people, they posted that General Ivo was so badly wounded in a battle in Kumbu. It's still on their walls. And the ADC communication came and also posted that Ivo was wounded, but all of that was even a lie. Because General Ivo did not get to Kumbu by any form. That was an old picture taken 11 months ago. That's why you see I've posted the original picture sent to me by my sister, Kemi Ashu, who got that picture 11 months ago. You know, Kemi Ashu is one of the strongest persons when it comes to news in this movement. He has one of the best and most accurate news items. I applaud her for that. And I've been privileged to see Kemi Ashu's face. She has shared her pictures with me. I've been privileged to see her because she is an objective and honest person. Now, you post a picture of a general fighting in Kumbu, which first of all is a lie. Number 2, how do you put Ivo? If you really care about Ivo, I want Ivo to listen to me. If you care about Ivo, how do you take his picture and put out there, showing him in blood? We thought that Ivo was invincible, he was untouchable. But you have shown the Republic that, hey, Ivo really get blood for his skin. You have already sold that guy out to the Republic. You have sold the guy out. Then worst of all, after showing that General Ivo was so badly wounded in a battle, and you posted that he is receiving treatment and might not be even available for battle by 7th of October. I read it somewhere. Because you think that 7th of October is election, you want to tell people to think that, hey, Ivo is not, means that election can go on because Ivo was sick. That's what you were thinking, that you come later to say that the only reason why elections took place in Southern Cameroon is because General Ivo was wounded in that battle in Kumbu, and until between that date and the elections, he was sick, his voice could not work well. That is, we wanted to give him powers to say that because he was sick, so elections held. But God is always very, very strong. Yesterday or 2 days ago, The same General Ivo was seen in a video with on this in a way showing all the same areas that Comrade Ayabacho claimed that he was wounded. All the parts of his body where we saw blood 5 days ago. No bandage, no scratch. Is that not thief-free? Is that not criminal? And some of you still follow these people. Is that not theft? You know, is that not banditry? Is that not scamming? You come and look at how people lie to a people. And then they always come and, you know, see, let me tell you something. You know, that is the height of theft. That picture, that video of General Ivo finished Comrade Ayaba. He should not speak again in this movement. He shows that, I will say it without fear or favor, I'm an activist. If any activist will not come and say it, I will say it. That is theft. That Ayaba should come and apologize to the poor Southern Cameroons. My brother, I was not only shocked, I collapsed when I saw that. Because first of all, I knew that it was fake, but I did not know that Ayaba could be that dull to allow Ivo to do a video and put it out there. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I ask myself that was Comrade Tassan Wife, not talking about Ayaba when he said that a big leader, was going to use the Republic money to sell the movement. I don't want to conclude, but I ask myself that, is this Ayaba guy not using the Republic money? I got it so shocked. And let me tell you something. I was so ashamed, so devastated that, my goodness, how on earth? And I'm waiting to see what other activists will come and say. You know, until this very Eugene of a guy, and the other guy, they call him what is Dela what? They said in the activism forum, Dr. Makongo and Mark Barita are my witness. They said that authoritatively, that it might not be in Kumbu, but Ivo is seriously wounded. I'll tell you that you people are just thieves. You people are thieves. You are thieves. And the only way, you know, that we will survive. Let me tell you something on Ground Zero. I am out here to assist you to get hope, to bring out all these criminals, and for you people to know what to do. The county by county idea, I get back to my main focus. Now, this is one integral part of the county by county idea. Many people want to resign from the Republic government. Please, if you join, you share, because this will go to everybody who is working in the Republic government. That is those people who are our people. Many people want to work in the Republic government, and they do not know how to go about it. They want to resign, but they don't know how to go about it. Many of them call me. In the last 5 days, I received calls from at least like 100 people complaining that they are kidnapping their people. They kidnap one of our persons in a bank soup somewhere around there in Upper Bayan. They are kidnapping people, kidnapping pastors, because it is block by block. Any criminal will just go in a small block and start stealing. You know, let me say this very clearly, that people want to resign. There are a lot of our brothers, soldiers, who have resigned. They're in Ghana. They don't have help. I'm reaching out to them that you'll be helped. People want to resign. They are DOs, SDOs, big people in ammunition. They want to resign. But what if you ask them to resign? They explain to me that, Mr. Tataw, please, we follow you, we listen to you. We are afraid that you should not carry us. So that's why we know that if you want to resign, sir. I said, don't call me, sir, I'm not a chief. Look, I'm a very... Yesterday, I was at kitchen near you, here in Maryland. I went there. I had a drink, and I came back. I mixed with the Cameroon community there. I'm a free man. I'm not scared to die. Because I know that, like Field Marshal said, the person that is going to kill Field Marshal, the woman that's going to give birth to the person that's going to kill Field Marshal, is not yet pregnant. I want to borrow from Field Marshal to say that the woman that is going to give birth to the person that's going to come and kill Eric Tataw is not yet born. They have not given birth to that woman. You know that the woman is not even giving birth before the woman is going to get pregnant. So I move freely. Let me say this. People want to resign. But how do they resign? They cannot resign because they stare me, Mr. Tataw. We will resign. Where are we going to keep our families? What are we going to do? Now, I said that only county by county can help in this resignation thing. Let me explain. Now, in this county by county approach, everybody, for example, take Indian, you know all top Indian children in your various meetings, you know all top people who Kupe Maningwa, like in Kupe Maningwa, we remove a list of elites. You know people who are elites, who are working in government, who are from your counties. Now, during this county by county contribution, they should have a fund, a resignation fund. You know, a fund to show that this fund is to help those who resign. Once we have this fund for resignation, now people want to resign. We will not be able to resettle everybody, but we can resettle quite a number in the La Republic government. Somebody wants to resign, for example, you take that person, the person contacts the person in charge of resignation in your county, and they make secretly to remove that person out of the country. I know that the Republic will start banning people from taking passports and all of those, but there are ways to get out of the country without passports. Take, for example, you remove a DO and his 3, 4, 5, or 6 children and his family, his immediate family. You take the DO to somewhere in Ghana. You put that DO, you get a house for that DO, you give the DO some money to run his life for 6 months, and then you give some million or so CDs for the DO and the family to start a business in Ghana. Family members will start supporting from there. Now, you've already removed that DO from the Republic. You go to a different county, you do that. When we have people who are already being resettled out of La Republic's government, they start talking to the international community that I was formerly a DO, but this government is like this, and I've resigned because I want my people to separate. You will now have a few people that will be doing the narratives for us who are formerly members of that government. Once that is done, you are finished with La Republic. You don't need everybody to resign. Leave the rest to begin to do their jobs. But let's start an approach where we will have our people come out from the government and being resettled. Now, if we don't have independence, which is not an option, because we must have independence. If these people feel that we might not, but they know that Biya must obviously get out of government and a new government can come and pardon them, they will go back to Cameroon if they like. But for the time being, since we are in a revolution, and I am sure, I have the conviction, I'm telling them, I've told them many times, that 2 billion times that we are going to have this independence and they'll go back to a free Ambazonia. You must not go there. People have stayed in America and Europe for 50 years, 30 years. There is nothing in that country with these French people running our government. There is nothing. Now when we move these people out of La Republic government, we already give the government 10 steps behind us. We cannot dictate the narratives of what they say on social media, This is going to go a long way. It's going to go a long way to assist, us in dictating what the international community should understand. Because the truth is that, it's a tested strategy. We hope to see if it's going to work or not. But I have the conviction that it's going to work. Because people from their counties, even at that, there are family members who have the money, who can remove these people and put them out there and ensure that they are out there and they are safe and their families are safe. That is the only way that we are going to survive. And for you, many more fake profiles that have been created that are out here to say this will not work. It will work. It will work. Now, some people said that this county by county is going to make the government not functional. And I laugh. I laugh because, let me say this, no matter what you think, if the people elect their governors and send to the central command, what's going to happen? Those governors will represent them. And in the state of federation, the truth is this: so long as the people contribute their monies and keep their monies, please, if you are joining, you're sharing extensively, want everybody on board. Once the people, keep their monies. They will take a bit and then put to a central fund or the federal government. They will give a bit to the federal government, a portion that will be agreed upon. They will give it to the federal government. You know, let me say this very clearly, that no matter what you do, the truth is that this approach is largely tested and is the only approach that has worked, because the BLM has already succeeded, and we must keep this approach working. You see some of the AGC people who are here that are disappointed and then they are exiting the live show. You have to exit because you are finished. I know you come and watch later, so you want to exit. That's good for me. There's no problem. Now, let me say this. When there are governors, like Mark Barista said, I endorse what Mark Barista said, but I only disagree with Mark slightly, that we should contribute money and county by county and give all the money to the government. No. That is still going to help stealing our money. When you contribute money as a county, the county should have their funds, their own central bank. They control their money, and then the governors that will be elected will be sent to the government, to the federal government, and then the generals should be given the powers with the council that will be put in place, whether it's the Senate or whatever, to appoint generals. When generals are appointed, they should be brought to the Senate or Restoration Council or whatever, and then they should be voted like they do it in America. They should look at their background checks and look at all of those things and then bring them, accept them or reject them. Those generals from counties and members of the Restoration Council or whatever, they should not be handpicked. They should be representative of each of the counties. Those are things that we have to restructure. For example, you should not have 5 members in the Restoration Council all coming from Momo or all coming from Fako. They should be mixed like that, so that each county should be represented. Each county should have a governor. Each county should have a general. Once that is done, the general is answerable to the governor is answerable to the president, and the president is answerable to the Restoration Council. Yes, all these things, they have largely worked in communities. It is working in Nigeria, even in Nigeria with so much corruption is working. It has worked so bad in America. How did America fight the American War of Independence? I mean, they started from the 13 colonies, and now there are 50 states. So, if you say that, listen, block by block is just a part. It's like a brigade. We have, block by block has failed. And it's block by block that has given people the urge to think that they are warlords, and they are beginning to run in left, right, center, claiming responsibilities for things that they didn't do because they want money. Otherwise, somebody will not go and say that somebody fought in Kumbu when the person did not fight. Why did you not go and say that he was wounded in Dadi? You only go to somewhere that you know that I dictate all these things. You know, no, somebody, yes, I replied to this person who has a lot of concern that this thing is not good for this platform. No, this is not a strategy that a republic can capitalize on. It's a strategy to teach our people. Because people should know. I sell this idea because it's the only idea that's going to help us. When you put your money in counties, the counties will have a memorandum of understanding with their governor and the government in place on what portion is going to come to the interim government or whatever government our leaders will form after this, whatever agreement they will have after this conference in DC. Once this is done, the counties will agree on what percentage to give these people. And this money is meant for other things, for diplomacy and other things, and also to support counties that are not viable. I said that people who were born in a county should fight in that county where they feel comfortable. Probably people who have stayed, if you have stayed in Manu, for example, I have my friends who okay, I was born in Kendem. I grew up in Bafusa. My kid brother was born in Bafusa. Okay, now I only came to Manfi in 2013. In 2013, that was my first time coming to Manu. In Manfi, many people in Manu didn't even know me. I came in 2013. I stayed there for 5 years. I can now fight conveniently there because many people have now known me. They know a lot of things. They know my family, friends have interacted with me. You can say that, I was telling one person that people with residency of up to about 5 years should fight in those counties. Those are things that will begin to amend. Because any law or any idea is subject to amendments. That's the point. So it is not something that if you have stayed there for a while, 5 years, 10 years, even if you're not born there, of course, you can fight there. Because people know you, they know your businesses. Because you are setting yourself there, feeling comfortable, not knowing that this thing will happen. So you already have your investments there. And, you know, let's say it very clearly, that this is a workable strategy that has already worked in Lebialem. It has worked in Lebialem. There is no amount of conspiracy theory from these Ayaba people that will work. The only reason why Ayaba is scared and is sending Eugene and the rest to come and test waters, you listen to them, condemn all of this by all form, and you ask yourself that somebody says that county by county can lead to a civil war and not block by block. We already have like 200 blocks. There are malicious criminals everywhere, and that's not civil war. The county that will instead curb and stop these issues of block by block of people, 4 people, okay, look like what Ayaba showed in Guatibo, 4 people on the road saying that they are ADF. They are talking about ADF. They not say that they are Momo. No, they not say that. They are not giving allegiance to a group, a human being. So it is not going to work. We have already dictated that, and we know that. They only come to discourage it because they know that this county by county is going to kill them. County by county is not same as block by block. It's a bigger version. Yes, it is not. It's a bigger. You can assume that I got inspiration from block by block. Why not? It's not problem getting inspiration to develop an idea. It's not. I'm not somebody who wants to. First of all, I want to tell all of you who are watching me that the block by block is not even Ayaba's strategy. It was something that was discussed between 3 of them. The guy who brought up that block by block works in the Pentagon. Yes, he brought that idea, and then because he cannot go to social media, Ayaba took it to social media, and people think it's his idea. No, it is not. It's not. Even if it is, what's the problem? So buy ideas not depend on who preaches them, but depend on what is the value and the importance of this idea. Of course, block by block encourage people to steal people's credit. You are in Gokutunja, you can be in your brigade, a brigade in Balikumba, Balingasi, and the other Bali in Gokutunja could be a block. But not that you ask people in one area, there should be one general, like how the BLN has field marshal. That's what we are going to do in Manu. And this block by block will assist us. Now, they look at this, the boundaries between Manu. Look at how block by block work. The boundaries, the Manu is surrounded by Lebialem, by Kupe Maninguba, by Momo, so and Nigeria. And yes, it's Lebialem, Kupe Maninguba, and Momo. That because Manu has boundaries with Lebialem in Upper Bayan, where you go, where they call a Bensuk. That is the boundary between Manu and Lebialem. In Momo, Manu has boundary with Widikum in Medino, where you have Widikum and Nomba. Manu also has boundary between Grufen and Kugwe, where you're going using the part of Mbeme and Kwano. Manu has boundaries with Kupe Manunguba around Nguti, where you have Eyang Laskonta, all those areas. You also have boundaries with even with Indian, I think there are some areas that are near like that. I cannot really put it straight. So, when you have all these boundaries, county by county, nobody is supposed to cross into another person's county. But fighters can cross for backup with mission orders. Meaning that if Adu or Pius is a fighter in the BLM and he wants to cross, Field Marshal must consult with the general in Manu or the general in Kupe Manimba, wherever, that, hey, I've sent Pius, Peter, Ndum, Ntemlefak, and Asom. They are coming to Atibonwaya to help or to Tali in Upper Bayan. The general will now in Manu will now consult with his brigade commander in that area of Upper Bayan, so that there is nobody who can come into a county in the name of an infiltrator without a mission order because the generals must be communicating. Once that is done, we have killed all this infiltration. All this infiltration will be done and done forever. Okay, thank you. Indian at Bakogo. Bakogo is in Eomojok subdivision. Thank you very much. Bakogo is in the Mojok subdivision where you going. Good. There's even Indian. Thank you. I've even remembered because I've gone right to Ogoran. Indian is with where you have Esokotam, going towards Ogoran, where you have the Korop Park. Because I went right to Ogoran where they do bush mango. I've gone right to those areas, passing through Babong, the ferry in Babi, and all the like. Yes, there is Indian there. Thank you so much. That's another boundary. You see how people are already carving out their counties by themselves. Because, you know, I was privileged during my days that I worked on the ground. I was going to villages, places. I snapped very beautiful pictures that are souvenirs that some people now take and put on social media to instead give me more credit. You know, that I worked and they are showing my works. They go to my pages, pictures that I will not normally share because some people will say he's boastful that he has been on the ground. They go themselves, they take their hands, go through my profile, thinking that they insulted me. They go and bring those pictures and come and project me when I was standing in front of the Bamenda main market to show people that I've been to places. I've gone right to Biwangbulu in the south, gone to Kiosi, the boundary between Cameroon and Gabon, La Republic and Gabon. I've gone to all these places, to Esokota, to Bakogo, everywhere, you know. So, with all of this, you see that this idea of people stealing credit, nobody should come to another person's county without the generals must stop because they'll meet in their meetings. Once we have done this, we'll eliminate these issues of groups. You see the kidnapping, good, Menchum in Akwaya, thank you so much because you have, thank you, I cannot remember everything. Menchum has boundaries with Akwaya going towards, that's the precise subdivision that shares boundary with Manu, is Menchum Valley. That has Baroro, Mondele, and Benakuma going up straight where you go towards Akwaya and you reach where a certain area where they call Lagos in Akwaya. That is Manu and Menchum. You are very correct. So you see all of these people know their counties and they will strategize. I'm not the one talking it, people are already saying it because they will know how they will go about their things. Nobody's going to come in to come and start stealing credit. So if somebody is kidnapped between Menchum and Manu, we already know who's general to call. Oh, this person was kidnapped around Benakuma. We will call the brigade around Benakuma and that around Akwaya. We will know how to start tracing the people. We will know which general is responsible. We will know what is happening. But now with all these groups, you have a group of 5 guys in Mutengene that are terrorizing people. You have a group of 2 guys in Boya that are calling people asking for money. You have a group of some other gang bandits in a town that are kidnapping people asking for money everywhere. So if people say that big metropolis like Kumba and Boya will not work, it will work. It's going to work big time because there will be backups from other counties like I'm just explaining about mission orders. The BLM, and I want to tell people that it's only through this county by county that we are going to achieve greater goods. Somebody said that we should make sure, you know, the county by county is going to kill more of our people. What are you telling me? Are you kidding me? That when we strategize in our counties, they're going to start killing people. Means when you lack something to say, because you want to discourage an idea. Modele, yes, it's Modele. Thank you so much. That's Modele. You remember a lot of places that you cannot pronounce well, you know, sometimes when you're speaking because, you know, it's not your language, but it's Modele. That's very good. Thank you so much. It's Modele. And I think I remember that very well. Let me say this very clearly, that the people of Ambazonia already know, they already know very well that the county by county is a failed approach, that some warlords want to. Let me tell you something. Once we adopt this strategy, people will become redundant and this movement will be on the track. The international community will start taking us seriously. That these people are already organizing themselves in the kind of democratic federated government that they preach all the time. We call ourselves the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. It's not the block by block Republic of Ambazonia. And county by county is synonymous to block by block. So that is the only way. That is the only way that we are going to push this movement to higher heights. And today, we want to continuously say that some people will not understand what it is. Any true activist would come and defend the ideas of an activist, not push the idea of a leader. And because we have a lot of people who have sold their consciences to the devil because of the kind of mentality that, let me just reply to somebody who says that views are dropping. Views have to drop because the essence of a view on Facebook is programmed in such a way that people listen to the most important part and then they get back to do what they are doing. And the fact that some people who are not happy with what you're saying, they have to drop out with the intention thinking that they are dropping a view. I am not after views. Before I used to do live shows, I used to have 200 people, 300 people. Today, I'm going to 1,000 and more. It doesn't shake me. When I used to have 2 shares, I used to have 200 and 2,000 insults. I was there as Eric Tataw. So this platform is ordained by God. And that is why, even with all your insults, you still remain here. So the issue is not views. So don't bother about views. Once I have above 1,000 or above half 1,000, I'm perfect. I'm good. So it doesn't change the fact. The fact is that even those who exit, they will come and watch. There are some people who cannot even come and watch with their real face because they want to see me, say that I will see them watching. So that is not the point. So what is essential is the fact that the county by county approach will eliminate ransom, kidnapping and ransom asking. It will eliminate warlordism. It will eliminate embezzlement. It will eliminate thievery. It will eliminate credit stealing. It will eliminate a lot of headache. And above all, it will eliminate a scenario where our people will continuously corrode the image of our movement and our country in the face of the international community. Now, I want to end this live show with a clear warning. I call it a warning, a cautionary warning to all of our leaders that Washington, D.C. is the last straw. If they like, they should unite. If they like, they should go and fight. But I want to tell them one thing, and all activists will buy this. We have spoken with Dr. Makongo, and he's of the opinion that the leaders have no choice than to unite. Because unity is the only way out. But so long as we're already adopting our county by county strategies, I see some leaders pushing very hard for this unity because they think that, you see, people already talking about one central fund. It's always going to continuously be in a form where our monies will be stolen. I've told the interim government, I've told Dr. Sako, I've told all of them that we will not anymore give our monies to groups. Counties will contribute and they'll give portions to the government in place. That particular portion that will be given will be calculated and people will see what is going on. Now, we want to be clear with all of you that no matter what is going on, let it be known that the county by county approach is the first major step towards unity. Our people already know, and as leaders will converge on Washington, they should put it in mind that they have no choice because power is being given back to the people. People cannot contribute their money and then you keep them in perpetual doubt and suffering. I have told Secretary Chris Ann, like I've told everybody, that we know that the hurricane might never come with the approach that we have. And I've told all the leaders that apart from the BLM, apart from P. Marshall and the Red Dragon and the people of the BLM, all other counties have failed as all other leaders. The BLM has proven beyond worth. And I want to seize the opportunity at this moment to congratulate the people of the BLM that they are doing a great job. And I was at a BLM function and I contributed $105 to the BLM people, and my fans supported me with $495. I gave the BLM people $600 some 2 weeks ago, and I am ready to contribute more to the BLM people, even though I'm from Manu, because these people have proven to be indeed the strong people of Banwa who put out a resistance out there that was unbreakable. Now we must adopt the strategy of county by county because it has already worked in the BLM. No group, the BLM people were right to come and say that there is no ADF in the county, and that was the truth. And that's why we're going to say that you cannot be an individual. No. In every war, people fight as a team, collectively. But people want to individualize the war. They want to make like it's a personal property. And so the only way we are going to make sure we succeed as a team is by having these counties working. In Manu, for example, I already proposed to some of our compatriots a key strategy to shut down the regime in our county. We are going to do it because we have failed largely and our people are being killed because of the egocentric tendencies of some self-proclaimed warlords, of some warlords with no strategies. Some people come online and say that people who come and talk, activists talk, they don't have groups. They think that every time they come and talk about a group on Facebook, no. They want me to come and incriminate myself, but I cannot. But when I say that I will shut down Boya, or I will shut down Widikum, you don't know what I do to shut down Widikum, and so you will not force me to interpret what I mean by I will shut down. I have what I do to shut down places. And when I say that I will shut down, I am going to shut down. For example, I can tell you, you don't know what's happening in some areas. I don't want to call names because once the military knows that Eric Tataw, they'll go there and kill everybody. So I'm not a desperate person because I don't ask you for money to do anything. They wounded some boys who fought at Bodam. You ask, I send money down. Only yesterday, Ashu Kinsis lent 20,000 naira to them. I end this live show by making a contribution. Barrister Bala brought up something saying that one of our children who was running away from the brutality of the military around Kwakwa actually, was pushed down, was hit by a car, and she sustained injuries, and the leg is broken, and they've treated her, and she has hospital bills of close to about $1,000. I don't know how far how much money they have raised. People want to support. I put that on my wall. They have their mobile money number there. And also to the family of the 8 refugees who were buried yesterday in Dainari 1 in Nigeria, a neighboring village to Dadi in Akwaya in Manu. They buried 8 of our refugees. There are actually 10. There are 10 of them because 2 of the women were pregnant. So we lost 10 people, 2 unborn babies, and 8 of the adults. 8 actually were children as well, but there are 10 people of same family. We lost them, and I'm also going to make a modest contribution to one of their sisters who is still living to support her, probably entertain visitors when they come around the funeral. For the little child who is in Boya and who needs financial support, I'm going to give my widow's mite. It's $1,000, and I'm going to divide that money into 4. I'm going to give her $250, which is about 100,000 or so or more. So I'm going to make sure that I send at least 100,000 to that mobile money number, which is going to be affected after this live show. I'm going to ensure that I'm going to get in contact with the family to get this money, so that's my own contribution to the hospital bill of that little child who was hit down. We can contribute more. We can give more than the hospital bill to assist that child, put her through school and all of that. After my contribution, once she's out of the hospital, I'm still going to take measures. So, we probably should understand that giving is an act, and receiving is a privilege, is a favor. If somebody receives something for you, it's a favor, and we have to continuously show our people that in times of need, we are supposed to help them, not because we have. I have my own personal family problems that give me a lot of headache, but you still try to, ensure that you assist these people to get all of them out there and put our people on track. So I'm going to contribute 100,000 at least to assist this child to get her medical bills paid off. If it's not going to be enough, we're going to see what to do subsequently. And I want to thank all of you for your support. Also to the family of the 8 refugees that were buried yesterday in Dainari, I'm also going to send 100,000. That's about $200 or $250. I'm going to calculate all of that. I'm going to make sure that they get all of this. And this, I do this live so that you can also assist to make sure that our people get out, and they feel supported when they're in trouble. They feel encouraged that they're going to continuously fight, because we in the diaspora, we can support them. I think that'll be it for today. Thank you once more. And don't forget, type in county by county, because essentially that is the strength of our movement. And I still want to say that I have my things that I'll do on the ground, but I'll never come out there to ask people to contribute, because I can try my own little way. Before I go, I want to thank this particular follower of mine. I have his real names, but he goes by the Facebook profile Lota King. Lota King saw me yesterday at kitchen near you where I went for a drink. I was there for a drink yesterday because I'm smoke. I can go there and come back and nothing's going to happen. I'm not afraid. And he put something in my hands and said that he pressed it. I was saying that, whoa, wait. He said that this is for you, sincerely, bro. I thank you for everything. And I was going to give him back. He said, no. Then he forced it into my pocket. And when I got home, last night, this morning, and when I was moving my driver's license and my card, and I want to see $50. Now, this guy actually gave me $50 at Kitchen Near You. Thank you so much. This is the second Southern Cameroonian that has given me something. One of my other followers gave me $20 when I left MVA once, long time ago, and he did the same. Thank you for the gesture. I appreciate it. And I think it's part of this that I'm also contributing to those people on the ground. Apart from that, I don't accept gifts from nobody, but there's always a time that we could also say thank you to accept from people so that they know that we don't actually think that we are suspecting them every time. God bless you and have a wonderful Sunday. Happy Sunday, and keep praying for our compatriots, and happy weekend. Stay blessed.